Hi everyone, it's Mike Stevenson here. In today's video, we're going to talk about removing wasteful processing from logic apps and discuss the impact on the cost for that. So recently I was talking to Sandro about an interface we had, and here's a CSV file coming in. We receive the file, then we do a loop here. So we're looping over all the records in the file, and we do updates to SAP and CRM. So that's a quite high level view of this logic app. Now, there's a lot of stuff goes on in the individual processing of a record. At the top level, it's updating CRM and SAP. Now, this logic app went live a long time ago, worked really well. What started happening though was that the build-up of records meant that records should have a life cycle where they come into the file, they're processed for a period of time, and then they disappear from the file. And we're only really processing currently active records with updates from the third party. Now, what happens here is the files coming in and the records weren't clearing out as quickly, and we're receiving the same file multiple times per day. So there's a lot of duplicate processing where data hasn't really changed here. And I think what we were finding was there's something like 6,000 odd records getting processed, multiple actions. So the cost of this logic app was just kind of building up. Now, here's a view from Turbo 360 showing what the view of this logic app across multiple environments look like. So we can see, this blue environment here, the logic app's kind of, going through periods where there's records in a file for quite a long period of time. And then particularly here, I guess records haven't really cleared out. And what we really want to do is have this go back down here after we've got an update that hasn't really been processed before. And you can see here, this is probably one of the test environments as well. And again, that's it's just kind of, it's got records that aren't disappearing for the file. So there's a lot of duplicate processing here. What we want to do is kind of remove that as quick as we can to minimize the per action cost of executing these unchanged records. So how we did that was we received the file and we're basically archiving the file. So I guess there's a little step down here where we've got a storage account. You can archive the file. You can then execute a function which can basically take the new file, look at the previous file that was received, get rid of the duplicate records in a function, and then we start the loop here. So this can get the loop down from thousands to just tens of records, just the ones that have changed each time. So we're converting this file to a genuine delta of just what's changed. Now, from a cost perspective, where this really helps is this function down here. We can execute some C# code to find the records that have changed, and doing a loop in C#, you're not paying those per action costs. You're just doing it in inline code, and that'll work really well. So what happened here, by getting rid of the duplicate processing, we dropped the individual high use logic app down from $250 to $20 a month on a regular basis. That's quite a significant cost saving. Now, if you think about how many logic apps you probably have in your environment where that pattern can be a problem, processing these unchanged records, being able to get rid of that data is going to have a big impact. So we hope this little nugget video, just a little pattern that'll help reduce the cost of a logic app consumption. Logic app's going to help people out a bit. And thank you for listening to today's video. Hope you have a great week.